always have the hot mic. You never know what's going to happen. Got a good show. Bring your friends. Never knew that camera moved. Wow, that's pretty sensitive. Yeah. See, I mounted that to the desk. It used to be mounted to the floor. Tricky. I suppose I was there for a brief moment, but this mic has the cage around it, so there should have been no issues with the vibrations coming through the mic. I try. And I won't do that again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. You know me. I'm Matt Haas. This is the All Things YouTube live show. I break down everything that's new and different in the world of the YouTubes. I answer your questions all night long. Drop a question in the chat and I will answer it. It could be about growing an audience on YouTube, titles, thumbnails, strategies, analytics, marketing, other things that aren't specifically YouTube, but anything about being successful and using YouTube, drop it in there. I have a wide range of knowledge, I have a wide field of knowledge, ranging from web development to graphic design and everything in between. And I will get everything answered for you. I'm going to talk about some graphic design principles you can use in your YouTube content. And I think that's going to be fun. Oh, I like that. Never been called that before. I am Tall Boy is here. Hi, Tall Boy. Good to have you back on the channel, my friend. Who else do we have? Love Audio Production. Hey, Match, I'm getting the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3 phone tomorrow. Boom! How about that? Awesome. I hope you love it, my man. Jim Bashirs is here from the Driveway Workshop channel. Michael Mesliak Mezalek is here. Sorry. Oh, he's got some questions. Let's see what... I'll come back to those questions in a moment. Neil Media. Steve Nealon, how are you? Midnight Scroller, welcome back. Jaden's here as well. And a few other people are piling in here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's take a look at a few things. Hey, got this fun tipping service here. This is in the description as well. It's also on the screen right here. PayPal or credit card, almost all of the funds go to the creator. It's a great way to support me and other creators that have this. And you get your name right there. How you like them apples? You will knock this anonymous person off of that spot. And you'll stay there until someone else tips over top of you. If you're the 30-day top tipper, you'll persist here for perhaps even longer. But this is a great way for you to get some screen time here on the channel. And I love doing that for the community. Have Patreon as well. Top patrons: Jerry Brown, Polly Wants a Crafter, Harneo Media, Love Audio Production, Osprey Mama, Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashirs, Shalalala Productions. Thank you for being top patrons. I put your stuff out here, I shout you out, and I get you in my email newsletter as well with links, so that's fun. So get in on the Patreon, people. Steve Carmichael, Marty Mike's Woodshop, Anna B Workshop, OJ Woodworking Crafts, Hobbies Woodshop, The Mad Maker. Thank you for your optional monetary support. I totally dig it. Don't forget I have a course and you can hire me. This is how to do it. The course is free. Get in on the course. It's on my website, not on the YouTubes. Get in there. And here is the email list. Join up on my email list. I'm giving away free my content to-do list. Everything I do, pre-publish, post-publish, and marketing. It's crazy. If you're not in the Facebook group, what are you doing? Get in on the Facebook group. Yeah, baby. Got this too. This and this trigger animations, so you'll see your name in front of the screen with some cool animations. That's always fun. T-shirts, blah, blah, blah. I got lots of affiliate stuff. All right, let's get into it. Oh, we have a superstar in the house. Hi, Sammy. Welcome back to the channel. Adam's Exploits is here. Good to see you, my friend. Okay, we'll have a few questions, and then I'm going to get into some graphic design. I'm going to help you with a few graphic design tips. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. Awesome. Appreciate that. And I custom make these little animations because that's Yoshi back there. If someone tips again, you might see a different animation. And if you want to announce yourself, I'll give you a shout out here. Tall Boy says, you got a lot of cool graphics. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I try. Okay. Let's get a few questions out of the way, and then I'll get into my graphic design topic. You keep those questions coming. You can throw questions in the chat all night long. It'll be awesome. Oh, okay. Love Audio Production claimed it. Thank you, Anonymous. Love Audio Production. Yeah, I appreciate that. Got one of these too. At one time, Paul was selling these on loveaudioproduction.com. I don't know if he still is or not, but who doesn't love audio? I mean, look, I got all this audio gear here. I got audio gear here. Yeah, audio is very, very important. Paul breaks it all down for you too. Okay, let's go back on some questions here. Michael says, if on a monetized channel from which you have already received AdSense money, but then receive a copyright claim, say 6 months later, what happens to the money that was meant to go to the original copyright owner? It's a go forward type thing. That type of claim. So what Michael's saying is, you're earning money on a video. Month one, you get that money, it's yours. couple months down the line, that gets claimed. It's on the earnings that have accrued during the claim period. They won't go back and rip money out away from you. At least I don't think they do. But I'm pretty confident that that's how it works. Now, you don't get paid immediately through AdSense. There is a wait period, a rolling wait period. I think it's like a month and a half. You'll eventually get the money for a given month for them to close out the accounting. But no, they cannot go back and yank money away from you. Money provided to you is a one-way street. I mean, imagine how complicated it would be to program the system to take money away from you. Ooh, like, no, that doesn't happen. So just be as mindful as you can. Avoid using any intellectual property, music or graphics that you don't own, and you should be you shouldn't have to worry about that type of stuff. Says, thanks, man. Finally an answer. I've not found. Hey, that's what we do here on All Things YouTube. I give out answers. Okay, so I have another question here from Jaden. Are you using your community tab? Because I did not see any posts. I have not used it yet. Let's take a look. Go to my channel. Fabayam. There it is. Hey, community tab. Well, I'll make a liar out of myself, and I will use it. Testing. Drop a like, please, so I know this is working. Sorry for shouting. Caps lock is on. Post. Boom! There you go. Thank you, Jaden. The answer is now yes. I have used the community tab to put this lovely artwork there, which is probably copyrighted. Oops. Adam says, response/challenge the claim if it's legitimate. That's true. That's true. A lot of times these claimants are bullies, and they're just trying to pull one over on you or take advantage of content creators that aren't paying attention or don't have the time to deal with this stuff. They'll just say they own it, and then they start earning revenue until you dispute it and you both give up. The only problem, and notice how Adam worded this here, if it's legitimate, because the way copyright claims work on YouTube, which is following the law. Don't hate the player, hate the game. YouTube being the player, they have to do what the law tells them to do. But the way it works is a claimant will say, hey, that's mine, and they could choose to take the revenue or do other nefarious things to you, but that's a common thing to do. Take the revenue, and then they'll start setting those funds aside in an escrow account until the issue is settled. When is it settled? If you don't do anything about it, then the claimant has rights over it. Or you can counterclaim. That's what he's saying. Challenge. It's called counterclaiming. You can counterclaim and say, I don't believe you're telling the truth. I believe I'm using this artwork or music in fair use, and you can counterclaim them. Then it's back. So it's like a tennis ball. It goes from player to player. Now you bounce the ball, hit the ball back to the claimant, and the claimant can agree that, yeah, sorry, my bad. And the claimant can agree, yeah, you're right, YouTuber. I really didn't have that. And they could let the claim go. Or the claimant can say, no, I still believe I'm right. And if both of you think you're right, you're going to court. Court is a legal court. You've got to drag yourself into a courtroom and have it decided by a judge. That's the game you're playing. So both the YouTuber and the claimant can use that as a heavy-handed technique. But just know, if you both stand your ground, you're going to court before that money is released out of that escrow account. So that's the thing you have to deal with. And that's why, see, that's a game no one wants to play. You do not want to play the I'm going to court game, because then you got to go to court. Do you know how much of a drag that is? That is a life-draining exercise. It's not cheap. And it's just, who wants to deal with that? You're on YouTube to make YouTube videos, not deal with court cases. That's why I don't touch anything associated with copyright, with the possible exception of this. But I think I'm okay. Michael says, it was in the fine print of a music source. I didn't read it completely. Just got a claim, not a strike. Yeah, listen, I get claimed all the time. I have this channel, Piano Awesome, where I do cover songs, and that's copyrightable. The melody is copyrightable. There's actually two parts to a copyright legal framework, and that is the melody, when it comes to music, the melody, and then the actual recorded song. So if I took Van Halen's Jump, for example, and I took the commercial recording and played it, that's one category, and that's usually far more severe action will happen if you take the published recording. Or if you do a cover of it, you use your own instruments and you don't take anything, but it's the same song, that's copyrighted as well. And the copyright owner, in general, goes easier on that type of claim. But I get them all the time because, I'll do a cover song of Michael Jackson or a cover song of Ozzy Osbourne, and copyright claim, copyright claim, copyright claim. It's fine as long as it's not a strike. But when you're playing this game, it could be a strike. You never know. I can't control if the copyright owner is going to claim me or strike me. That's the hard thing to swallow. I never understood what is not allowed. Nothing is allowed. Nothing is allowed. That's just it. And I get a lot of questions. Well, can I play 10 seconds of a song? Nothing is defined in YouTube's documentation. Now, they did say that there is short, unintentional audio clips will not be allowed to be copyright claimed or striked. Now, they never said, is short 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 15 seconds? And they even said, we're not declaring how many seconds it is, because that's not just an open license for anyone to use 9.5 seconds worth of published copyrighted music. That's not the intention of the YouTube. The intention was to have accidental and unintentional copyrighted music for short periods play on your channel. Like if you're filming outside and a car goes by with the windows down and they're playing the radio and you hear the song on the radio for 3 seconds as it passed, people used to get copyright claimed. And how crappy is that? So that was YouTube's that was YouTube's attempt to make it fair. And so they never wanted to say, now you're allowed to use 9.5 seconds worth of stuff. So anyway, Love Audio Production says, remember when I did that 4-hour live stream DJ set from my garden? It was claimed right, left, and center. They muted the stream several times. Yeah. DJ music of commercial songs, one after the other. Yeah, that's not going to fly. Not on YouTube anyway. Mixcloud, yes, not YouTube. Question. That was my question. Like 5 seconds audio video clips from TV, movies. People do it all the time, even large channels. I don't get it. See, now you're moving into something called fair use. And fair use, it's not a law. Fair use is, as best I can describe it, it's a doctrine. It's like a concept that goes along with the copyright law, for lack of a better word, the copyright rules. And before I go too much further, fair use can only be decided by a judge. YouTube can't decide, the claimant can't decide, and the content creator can't decide. Now, what is fair use? Fair use is using someone else's copyrighted work, a movie clip, as you said, Adam, or anything else, and doing commentary, criticism, or learning. That is not supposed to be subject to copyright legal action. So if you are a teacher in a classroom and you show a clip of a movie as part of your lesson, the law says in America you are not allowed to bring the teacher or the school to court over using that content because it's for learning. Same thing for commentary and criticism. So a lot of these movie review channels will take clips of the movies and they'll show a clip and then they'll stop the clip and they'll talk about it. And so, in other words, you're transforming the copyrighted work into your own piece of content and you're adding value to it. That is called fair use. And it's a dangerous game to play. And you will get copyright claimed a lot. And you might even get copyright struck a lot. It's the same contest. Claimant says they own it. You counterclaim. The claimant says, no, I really do own it. You're going to court. So who's going to not want to pay 10 grand to go to court? You know, is it Warner Brothers, the big movie studio, or little YouTuber, single content creator doing a movie review channel? So that's that. So fair use is a thing, but don't make any mistake. YouTube can't decide if your video constitutes fair use. Only a judge can decide that. Now, there's legal precedent on what is and what isn't, and people have a general idea of what will hold up in court, but that's the way it is. Yeah. Yep, that's see, and you get into this topic and it's like, oh, it kind of hurts my soul. I know. And you don't want to, you want to make awesome videos. You don't want to be bogged down by this. Look at this. My friend Sarah is here from down under. Hi, Sarah. Welcome back to the channel. Good day to you. Like the SpongeBob character. I forgot what he says 5 minutes later, maybe. Yeah. David Pakman does a political show, and that's pretty much all he does, plays clips and comments on them. Yeah, technically, that is fair use, and you shouldn't get a copyright claim because the person claiming that content should know about that legal doctrine. They don't always. But there was a big case between H3H3 Productions and someone named Matt, who's given Matt a bad name, and he was saying that they weren't allowed to use his content on H3H3's YouTube show. And he's like, no, it's fair use. And it got into this battle, and they went to court. They went the whole way to court, and it was not settled. See, that's the thing. When you go to court, there's usually a way to settle it. Then there's no decision. This went all the way to a decision. So now there is one. I think there's two now. There's that one. And I think there's probably another one, although I don't know where I'm getting that, where there's legal precedent where a decision was made about fair use. And you can quote that. You can do you can cite, like a lot of YouTubers will because when you counterclaim, you have a little box and you can write stuff in that the claimant will see. You can fill it out with your comments if you want. And a lot of people put this is fair use per last name v last name court case, which was a fair use court, and they'll quote that H3 court case. Hey, Tech Troublemaker is here. Oh, we need some troublemakers in the chat. Welcome. He says, yeah, I want to record a parody song, and I am so worried about takedowns. Well, again, when you're talking a song that you create yourself with your own vocals and instruments or instruments, that's usually not treated as harshly as you taking the copyrighted published song and putting it on your channel. That often comes down to a copyright claim, not a copyright strike. Remember, 3 strikes on YouTube within a certain time frame, and they'll kick you off the platform. So you don't want to get 3 strikes. I have a piano channel, and I do cover songs. That's all I do is cover songs, and about 80% of them get struck. These are all of my YouTube channels. It's this one. I do. My goal is to do 80s hair bands all on the piano. I think that would be an interesting, something you're not expecting. Like, I expect guitar and drum. No, it's going to be 80s hair bands only on piano. When I get good enough one day, when I get all grown up. Well, you know, I would try it. Try it. A lot of times, because this channel, I do not have 500 subscribers on it yet, so it's not even monetized. So these things get copyright claimed, and it's, you know, who cares? So they slap an ad on it. I don't care. That's typically what happens. Whoa, is that Brenda G's Designs? What is she saying in there? There it is. She's referring to the CEO of YouTube. I don't know if I want you to answer that question, Brenda. Welcome to the All Things YouTube show, Brenda. Hey, speaking of Brenda, I'm on this show with her on Thursdays, and this Thursday we're starting a half hour later. It will be 7:30 start time on the Mind Equals Blown show on Brenda G's Designs. I will drop a link here in the chat. But now don't go here yet. Well, right-click and open this in a new tab, and then click the set reminder button, and then come right back here. Don't stop my show. But that's where we'll be on Thursday, Brenda and I. We do a great show over there. It's hard to explain what we do. Cite the legal case. Yeah, it was... Anyway, I can't remember the last name, but that's exactly what they do. And usually that's enough for the intern at Warner Brothers to get scared and then just go, okay, and then just let it go. Like some dorky little intern that's paid to crawl through YouTube or look at a report of a bot that crawled through YouTube and hit the claim button. They don't want to get in trouble. So a lot of times citing the court case will scare the people who are claiming to let go of the case. Oh, Jaden asks, why 7:30 Eastern for the Thursday show? Trick or treat. I'm giving out candy, and I don't want to shut down the candy giveaway early. So we're going to start just a little bit later that day. But it's only for this Thursday. This Thursday, the 28th. Oh, yeah. Universal music is the worst, says Tech Troublemaker. Yeah, all music, all the music companies are the worst. It's so funny that this is the audacity of it, if you can believe it. Oh, I'm going to get into a fun graphic design issue. I'm going to teach you how to be better at graphic design. 2 tips, so just hold on. It'll be relevant to your YouTube channel. But the RIAA, the Recording Association Group of America, International, or whatever, the company that is legally in charge of all the record companies, they made the case that someone putting 26 commercial songs on LimeWire, remember the music sharing service LimeWire, caused so much damage it was equivalent to 28 years worth of revenue from the entire recording industry. Like, that's the audacity that they have. I think it was like $46 billion placing, 26 songs online where they tried to sue some housewife in the middle of America. And what they hope is it'll just get reduced, so they put some crazy number. This is the games. This is the games you don't want to play as a YouTuber. Stay away from copyright stuff. But if you're doing music tunes on your instrument, I mean, hey, dip your toes in. Should be fun. There it is. Haas versus Ethan. Yeah. Klein. Ethan's last name is Klein. I think it's Haas v. Klein is... Oh, Ethan and Gila Klein. Oh, you put both his and her name. Yeah, okay. Yep. There you go. Thank you, Michael. Very valuable information. Everyone copy this and paste it and put it in your notes. So when and if you get copyright claimed and you want to counter, you would put that in. Between my unfriendly neighbors and the virus I passed this year. Uh-oh. Okay. I hear you got graphics. I got some advice. Okay. I just want to talk about typography. I know it's not a sexy subject. Not a sexy subject. I love typography. I am classically trained. I went to college for graphic design. I have a college degree in graphic design, and I love type. But people often ignore type in the marketing that they put out there because they're focused on the graphics, which is good, but type is still a visual element and it needs a certain level of treatment. And I'm going to show you some things that I don't like about type, so you don't have to make these mistakes, because it drives me nuts. Okay? Let's get started. And I encourage anyone that sees examples of this on YouTube or anywhere to send them to me. Take little screenshots and send. I'm easy to find on the interwebs. I'm Matt Haas on Facebook, just MattHaas, facebook.com/Matt Haas, no space. Or my email address is matt@whatevermychannel.com. Not exactly that. So I'm matt@awesomewoodthings.com, matt@allthingsyoutube.com, matt@pianoawesome.com. You get it. So just send it to, but I encourage you to do that. Okay, let's get started. What am I talking about here? First of all, here is someone who's going to do a cover of Don't Speak, which is No Doubt's song. I like the song. But notice what's happening here. Look at that. What is that? Oh, Matt, that's an apostrophe, right? Wrong. That is not an apostrophe. This is the foot symbol, the abbreviation for foot, for feet, inches. So don't do that. Here, I'll show you. Let me get a text editor out here. And let me just punch up the size. And if I go there, that is a foot symbol. This is an inch symbol, okay? That's straight off the keyboard. What you want to do is you want to do Command Shift right bracket. No, Option Shift right. Hold on. Option Shift. There you go. Option Shift right bracket. See, now it's curly. This is not a good font for this. Let me change the font. Let me change it to Helvetica. There you go. That's more like it. So you see how there we go. That is a foot symbol, and this is an apostrophe. It was on the Mac. It is Option Shift right bracket. Option Shift left bracket is the double quote. So you can do quote. You're technically saying inches, quote, inches. So you would go Option Shift open, or Option Shift closed bracket, or Option closed bracket for the start, and Option Shift closed bracket for the end. Curly quotes. Use the curly quotes. Okay. No. Never use Comic Sans. Comic Sans is overused. Okay. Now, that was just a minor point. Not that big a deal. But my last and final item is this. Okay? Kerning. Look at this meme here. This is just a meme, but it shows what is happening here. Look at this massive amount of space. This sticks in my brain like you stabbed me in the head. You need to pull those letters together. You cannot have them be like that. And how do you do that in your editing program? Google it, because every editing's different. Here's another one. This was a paid ad. Whoever this is, Jeff Miller Marketing, paid to put this on the internet. And you can see it right here. Why? Huge space. See, it's almost like they dropped a wall here, and they won't let this encroach. But the Y bends backwards, and it creates all this space. So you need to tighten that up. Here's another one. Again, a paid ad. This is unforgivable. Don't do kern your work. Now, I like to use an expensive app, Adobe Illustrator. And a lot of fonts will do this for you. A lot of fonts will give you the prop, but some will not. You never know. So I can Option left arrow. I can pull this tighter if I have to. This often happens with upper and lowercase. See, my son's name, look at, this is my son's name. His name's Evan, obviously. But we got a hat for him, and it was embroidered, but the embroider machine didn't know how to do kerning. So it was literally like this. What does that look like? Ev Ann. There was a huge amount of space. And the letter forms we picked, it was even more pronounced. Like the A was like this. And so it was pushed way back. So you need to kern that so it visually has the same amount of white space in between. So that is my plea to you, is to figure out how to use kerning in the application or service. People use Canva, people use Microsoft Word, people use Google Docs. Doesn't matter what you're designing in, or Adobe Illustrator like I use. Kern. Marilyn is here. Hi, Marilyn. I love the purple hearts she always puts down. Yeah, I hear you, Brenda. I have seen companies do kerning like that so they can claim copyright if someone copies the content, kind of like places on Rand McNally's maps to protect their stuff. Are you saying that they purposely kern it good or bad so they can see if someone copies it. Well, I mean, hey, there's a lot of tactics out there for sure. Marcus is here. Hi, Marcus. Marcus is all over the interwebs. He's everywhere. Marcus is a good guy. I don't know if you know him, but if you do know him, you're lucky because he's awesome. What am I saying? You're all awesome. I love my audience. I do. So please follow these graphic design principles when you're putting your stuff out there. Just look at the letters. Your eye will tell you if there's a huge gap in between stuff, and then just clean it up. Just clean it up. And the apostrophes, straight quotes, curly quotes, that's minor. I mean, I'm not that big on that. I use the curlies everywhere I can, because technically what's on the keyboard, what is right here there. Look next to the return key. Everyone look down at their keyboards next to the return key. There you see the inch and the foot mark. That's not an apostrophe and quote mark. It's not. It is the inch and foot symbol. So now you know. Where's the do 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 do? Now you know. Graphic. Speaking of fun graphics, drop a like or this video will self-destruct. Oh, I crashed Windows again. Let me know if you want this overlay, and I will figure out how to get it on the interwebs. And if you're not familiar with what that is, when a Windows machine crashes, that's the screen you get. It's called the blue screen of death. And if you look closely, the static, I have a live video image underneath that static. The static is only there with a live image underneath it for about 1 second. See if you can see my hands underneath the static. That's the extra mile I go with my graphics. A lot of people just put static on a gray background. That's not as nice. I want to see myself under the static. AJ is here. Hi, AJ. Windows failure, LOL. Yeah. So I think I might, I don't know, I might put that overlay maybe on Patreon, and you can come in and be a $3 patron, grab the overlay, and then stop being a patron. Or maybe I'll put it on my email newsletter. So if you sign up for my email newsletter, link in the description, you'll get an instant download or something. I'll somehow make it cheaper, free for you to have that overlay animation, because I think that's fun. Tech Troublemaker says, yeah, I never used the BSOD as a screensaver on a server. iAdmin, I knew used to use BDOS. Oh, the blue screen of death screensaver. And another admin walked in and rebooted the server in the middle of the day. Oh, no. I thought I was so smart when we had the Macs before in the office. There was a plugin that lets you change the screensaver. This wasn't built into the Mac OS at one point. You had to have a plugin. And when I installed the plugin, and I took a picture, a screen grab of my desktop, and then I put Wolverine slashing through like the tiled background, because there was tiles with like little squares or little circles, just a simple. They had simple desktop patterns on the Mac OS, and I had Wolverine tearing through the desktop, and I had all the desktop icons. It was all part of the picture. It looked cool. I had a couple head turners. Oh my God, how did you do that? Because no one could add their own photo to the Mac OS as a desktop background until Apple built that in. Also, the clock in the upper right-hand corner, that used to be a third-party plugin. The Macs never used to have the time up in the title bar, ever. Yeah. I got stories, baby. My high-tech farm tractor says, color screen offline. What? Got to use those freemiums to create an email list. Hey, I try. Email lists are important. People joke. They think it's so 1990s. Oh, you got an email. Ha, ha, ha. Everyone has email. Everyone knows how to work email. And it's a direct connection between you and someone else with no one standing in between you. No Facebook deciding if someone gets the alert. No YouTube deciding if the alert goes out. Nothing. It's very powerful. Very smart people use email to their advantage. It is a legitimate business technique. I highly recommend it. Yeah, email is, AJ's not bashing it. I wasn't implying you were. I just used it as a spin-off to say some people think it's email's beneath me. No, do not think that. Do not think that at all. Email is a legitimate thing. Oh, one of the topics covered at People of Video. See? Look at that. The experts are even agreeing with me. There you go. Oh, my. Stream Elements bot. Thank you, Stream Elements bot. I love Stream Elements. Stream Elements is a great service. I wish I could pay them money. They're only free. Who creates a company whose product is 100% free? I have no idea how they make any money. But the biggest streamers use Stream Elements because they're amazing. All right. Well, let me push a few buttons over here. I'm pushing buttons. I got my screens all flippy-dood all over the place. So yeah, here is where I'll be next week. Go ahead and hit that link and choose Set Reminder on the page that loads, and then you'll get a reminder for next week. How you like them apples? Question from Adam. Matt, will Stream Elements work with vMix? Yes. Yes, it will work with vMix. It works very well with vMix. Yeah, so that's how I do this bar down here, which also has that animation, that anonymous tip from Paul Weber. That was also Stream Elements. Yep, because I have the live counts. See, you need web development knowledge to dig into the YouTube system and pull out the number of subscribers and then write it to the screen. Same thing with latest sub, latest tipper, top tipper. Like that is a web development nightmare to program. They got a drag and drop interface for it over there on Stream Elements. It's great. Eventually I need to learn vMix. Yeah, get on it. No, I don't mean to disparage. I didn't mean to have that sound disparaging, but no, vMix is awesome. vMix can do everything. vMix is the Mac daddy of streaming software. But with a lot of choices and a lot of control, you get more buttons and drop-down menus and more interface of things to figure out. So it can be overwhelming to some. That's what I want it for. Buy Me a Coffee, subscriptions. Well, Buy Me a Coffee is its own separate widget. So what I do is I take the Buy Me a Coffee not embed code, but the Buy Me a Coffee web address where the animations will play. And I drop that into, in my case, Ecamm. I use Ecamm. Ecamm. There we go. Hey, it's my affiliate link. If you want to use Ecamm like me, I'm on a Mac. This is how I do my show. So I drop that Buy Me a Coffee code into Ecamm, and then Ecamm does the Buy Me a Coffee. If someone buys me a coffee, you'll see the animation pop up. But the Stream Elements menu bar is from Stream Elements. So you wouldn't put the Buy Me a Coffee overlay URL into Stream Elements. That doesn't make sense. You would take the Buy Me a Coffee overlay URL and put it into Ecamm or vMix, just like I put this overlay URL into Ecamm. Yeah, that's how you would do it. Adam says, I had to buy a new laptop last week, so now I have a laptop and PC that are powerful enough to stream with mirrorless camera and use V. Awesome. Way to go. Rock and roll, man. I love that. I love that. Yeah, no, there's a lot of documentation and training free that's out there on the interwebs about vMix. Suck it all up. It's great. I want to thank people if they purchase during a live stream. Yep. That is a good type of interaction you can do on your show. Just like I thank Paul Weber for his donation today, even though he chose to be anonymous, but yet declare it was him in the comments. But hey, Paul works in mysterious ways. Yeah. Yep. If you don't know, I stream most weekday mornings on Awesome Fun Things. I have a channel called Awesome Fun Things here. And be subscribed to that channel if you want to catch my morning shows. What do I talk about in the morning? Anything I'm dealing, it's mostly has to do with content creation because I have a lot of channels and I kind of tell you what I'm struggling with and what I'm working on, what I want to do. It's informal, but sometimes I just drop other knowledge about graphic design or web development or anything life related. So it's all things Matt Haas. Oh dear, maybe I should call it that. No, I should not call it that. So yeah, do that. Well, how do you get there? Good question. Well, I would do this. I would go to allthingsyoutube.com, come down here to my Notion. Nope, that's not Notion. There's Notion. And then go to Get Social. There we go. This has all of my YouTube channels and everything else I do linked on the interwebs. So there you go. You can go to my YouTube channel here and get subscribed. And you can also play around on Awesome Taco Memes Facebook page. That's kind of hard to describe what that is. It's like, yeah, I know. All right, I'm leaving it here. Stay awesome, everyone. Find me on the interwebs. If you're not in the YouTube group, what are you waiting for? Apply to be in this group. I'll approve you. And it's a huge community of like-minded YouTubers trying to grow a business on the YouTubes. And I answer questions first here. I'll answer questions in other groups, but I always answer these lickety-split. So there you go. All right, I am heading out. Take care, everyone. Stay awesome. Paul, thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Hey, there you go. Stay awesome. He knows what's up. All right. Take care.